This episode of Chat Chow is brought to you by Coral Gables Restaurant Week, June 6th through the 19th. For more information, visit coralgablesrestaurantweek.com. On today's episode of Chat Chow, we'll be speaking to Abe Ng, president of Canton Restaurants and Sushi Maki here in South Florida. All right, Abe, first and foremost, I want to ask you, what are we drinking here?
We are drinking bubble tea.
Bubble tea?
Yeah, have
okay.
you had bubble tea before?
I have had bubble tea before. It has tapioca balls.
That's
inside,
right. We're so excited. We have the bubble tea at our university locations here at the U and also at FIU, and we are actually going to roll out with bubble tea at all the locations. It's something that we're spreading the goodness of bubble tea throughout South Florida at all our locations.
Awesome. I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah. So this is the jasmine tea.
Jasmine.
Jasmine tea.
Okay.
And if you haven't had it before, you have these big fat straws that you suck up the bubbly goodness in it.
Okay, awesome. Good. It's really good. I want to congratulate you on your recent Outstanding Business of the Year award from the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for that that lead-in. Yes. Last Thursday, we were so humbled and surprised by being honored as the top minority business by the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce. It came as a surprise, but was so gratifying because it was a group and a team win as opposed to an individual accomplishment, and it really underscores what we're all about, and that is it's a company that has opportunities for people no matter where you come from, and we really were just so thrilled at being recognized by our peers.
Sushi Maki has a great entrepreneur story. Can you give us a little background?
Sure. I'm really a second-generation entrepreneur and second-generation restaurateur. Mom and Dad came to this country 30-plus years ago with a couple of $100 in their pockets and started Canton Chinese restaurant. I grew up in the business, loved many parts about it, but wasn't quite sure I'd always be in the business. But fate took me to a couple of different entrepreneurial ventures, and Sushi Maki started 11 years ago. And it was a time when the world was changing and there was a tremendous opportunity in neighborhood sushi bars. But over the course, we've been very scrappy and have tried different ways of serving sushi. So our sushi restaurant has evolved to not only being a restaurant, but we also serve wholesale sushi to a variety of different channels. We sell sushi to luxury hotels like the Ritz-Carlton and the Four Seasons. We also sell sushi at gourmet markets like Whole Foods Market. And we sell sushi at unconventional places like airports and universities and hospitals. So, Sushi Maki is all about providing sushi in all different types of places, and we try to democratize and demystify sushi, making it affordable and also available in all types of places. Going to the Miami Heat games, you can grab a box of sushi on the concourse, or in the more upscale luxury lounge in the Admirals Club. So it's all about sushi for everyone.
How many locations do you have in total, and any new ones coming out in the future?
Well, it depends on how you count. In full-service restaurants, we have 6 locations, and if you include our non-traditional venues like airports, hospitals, and universities, we have another 10 locations. So a total of 16 different business units. We divide them up into full-service locations as well as what we call storefronts, and this would be a storefront here at the University of Miami. And to answer your other question, we're looking at a variety of other places all over South Florida, both in Broward County as well as Miami-Dade, for additional locations. So our newer format stores allow us to go into smaller, non-traditional footprints, maybe at the base of office towers. We're looking at more transportation centers like airports. So we're really excited that we've been able to find different formats for Sushi Maki to work.
Right, almost like the Starbucks of the world.
That's who doesn't admire what Starbucks has done, and that is to provide sushi at different formats. But we have some really exciting sushi opportunities that are going to be in very non-traditional places coming up.
What do you think attributes to being so successful?
Sure. I think it's a really many different things. One, we really are in the right place at the right time. Sushi is hot. People want to eat on the go. sushi is quite possibly the most perfect food. It's portable, it's customizable, it can be good for you in many ways, but also we are just blessed by the fortune of having a terrific team of people who are passionate about serving guests. The other thing that I think about Sushi Maki and why it seems to be working is that our community involvement is one that is sincere, it's deep, and it's sustained. We work with many organizations to deal with childhood obesity, like the Miami Children's Hospital, Big Brothers Big Sisters. So when you do things that are good for the community, I think guests reward you by their loyalty, coming back, and it's really a virtuous cycle that I think we're a part of at Sushi Maki, and that is, create food that's tasty, that's terrific, but also do the things that are right for the community, and then the community will continue to support you, and I think the growth to 16 units in 10 plus years kind of underscores that strategy.
Right. So you mentioned sushi being hot and trendy right now, and I know you're serving ramen at your new locations. Do you think that's the next big thing, or is there a new trend?
Yeah. It's interesting. Sushi Maki has always been on the cutting edge of innovation. So, staying true to our brand and our roots, sushi is our core. So in terms of innovation, we have added different things to a sushi roll, like mango, for example, which was unheard of 10 years ago, but now you see tropical fruits in sushi all the time. So we continue to push the envelope because we feel that sushi in many ways can be like a gourmet pizza was 20 years ago, where you put barbecue chicken on top of it. But there's a lot of runway for sushi, but other things that we do at Sushi Maki is to provide innovation in ramen, for example. We see it being hot in other North American cities, so we really tested it hard this past winter and have been thrilled with the way people have enjoyed it. The other example of innovation is the bubble tea. Another thing that kind of worked its way on the coasts, especially at university campuses, but we feel it's really at the early stages of innovation in terms of customers accepting bubble tea.
That's great. As the owner of Sushi Maki, I want to ask you, what is your favorite item on the menu right now?
That's an easy one.
Okay.
Right now, my favorite item are the sushi tacos. And what's most special about them is it combines something that's very familiar with ingredients that are very unique to sushi. So what we do with the sushi tacos is that we take a gyoza, or a dumpling skin, and we shape it like a taco, and we fill it with a smear of guacamole, a very traditional taco, and then we fill it on top of that with minced tuna, minced salmon, or minced hamachi, and with a dollop of either creme fraiche or spicy tuna sauce. So it's one of those things that you really need to taste it to kind of enjoy the crunch with the flavors of the fish. So it's been a runaway success at the Sushi Maki, and we're just so excited to continue to bring it to different places.
It's great. I've had them and they're really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can attest to that. Last but not least, we like to ask a final question on the show. Tomorrow is going to be your last meal. What would it be? You have one final meal.
Okay. Well, it's probably who you eat with. So obviously it's with family, and I'm so close to our team members at our restaurants. It really would be at my own restaurant at Sushi Maki. If you pushed me on the exact types of foods, it might be a hawker stall in Asia, which is basically like street food. But when you look at the complete experience, it's a combination of people and who's preparing it with love. I would say it would be at Sushi Maki. But if you pushed me on just straight up food, it would be a very kind of dingy hawker stall in Hong Kong, or maybe a hot, sweltering, humid place, a hawker stall in Singapore eating chili crab. So one of the combination of the three.
I like it. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
No, I'm thrilled.
Really.
I am thrilled.
I'm going to take a final sip with you.
Okay.
As like an homage. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Delicious. Thanks again.
Thank you. All right. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are awesome.